H2O clouds submerged, that's a roll up. Any K locked and on sight when the Nets came. Watching niggas spray for 7 words when the Nets say. Did what we had to do, full for the sensei. Full body control, did whatever the sensei. Now our numbers together shot up like the Kempe. Link up with the Pops, the Don Perry on way. Yeah, healing back at the olive tree. 2 branches unchained like former parolees. Feet shy with the word cracking the concrete. Unity means an increase, that's how it should be. That's right. Yeah, blood thick in the water combined. We could build, call the Lord to heat up the mortar. Joshua 6 united, it's an all-out slaughter. The sons of Judah and Eve from on the sides of the altar.
All this right here is called Northeast Africa. That's right. It's not the Middle East. The Middle East is a new term that they gave us in the like 1950 or something. 1940. They brought that out to try to separate Africa from Northeast Africa. But all this was Africa. Okay, right. They know that. They don't want you to know that. But now you learning this. Okay, you learning it too. There you go. And matter of fact, what's your where do you fall in at the South? What's your father's nationality?
I have no idea.
You don't know what your father's?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
You from Washington, D.C.? Okay.
District of Columbia.
I know about D.C. I used to live up there.
Columbia.
Where? I'm saying this. So you don't know who your father is?
Right.
What's your mom's nationality?
Mulatto Indian.
Your mom's so-called mulatto Indians. Yeah, I want you to. We're gonna touch on your identity. I'm gonna break all this stuff here down to you. There's no such thing as mix. Right. There's no such thing as mix. You are what your father is. Okay?
That's right.
Read. Give me that numbers 1 and 8. Watch this. I want everybody to get this right here. You understand this. Don't go by what your oppressor told you. All they teach you is confusion. Read.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. Verse 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month.
So this is what we did. This is what was in the wilderness. We got everybody all together on that first day of the 2nd month. Read.
And they declared their pedigrees.
Declared our pedigree. What's the pedigree? What is a pedigree? You know what a pedigree is? I ain't talking about no dog food. What is pedigree? Your bloodline, okay? Your bloodline. Just like you people that raise dogs and horses and stuff, they got a bloodline, a lineage that they go by. Okay, they say the pedigree, whatever the father is, that's what you are. Read.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So whatever your daddy is, that's what you are. That's what your nationality is.
Right.
Okay, because your father carried the seed, he carried the sperm. Right. Okay, all the women do is just nurse. It's like you have an apple tree, the apple tree dropped the seed, that tree gonna still form up as an apple tree, okay? Or orange tree. Right. No matter where it's in China, whatever place you go, whatever dirt you put it in, it's gonna form up. Right. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 28:60. We're gonna finish that out. So I want you to see that, because did you ever knew that was in the Bible? Did you ever knew slave ships was in the Bible? Yeah. Did you ever knew that? No, y'all didn't know that. Watch this right here.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. Remember, by cargo slave ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You won't see your homeland as a nation again. Read.
And there,
wherever the slave ships docked at, when they stopped there, you see this right here? When they docked, what happened over here? What's this? Auction blocks. You see this right here? What happened to the Native Americans? They got auction blocks too. They got sold off. You see them in handcuffs, and they got shackles and stuff on their neck. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Remember that? Nigga sold to Master Charles down in Charleston, South Carolina. Nigga sold to Master William in Wilmington, North Carolina. Or nigga sold to was it Lafayette down there in Haiti. Okay, read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen.
He said your friends, to your enemies for slave men. Read.
And bond women.
Slave women, because we all went in slavery together.
That's right.
Both the men and the women and the children.
Right.
And look, sis, some of my sisters gave birth on a slave ship.
Right.
Think about that. Think about we all on top of each other. I mean, defecating on each other, using the bathroom, peeing, pooping, throwing up, all that stuff. That happened. You got to put that in your mind. What kind of people will put another group of people in that condition? Ask yourself that. And then we want to be like them.
Right.
No, read.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man will save you or redeem you from these curses, okay? Because God put them on us. He said, the only way you're going to be saved is when he sent his son, the black Messiah, okay?
Right.
Jump up to verse 64 real quick. Watch this right here. This we're going to show you all this happened throughout the whole earth. This is big businesses right here. This is what Wall Street that you see in New York, they started off with slavery, okay?
Right.
Read.
Verse 64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
God said, because you didn't want to keep my commandments, remember them curses in verse 15? He said, I'm going to scatter you among all people. How do he scatter us? This is all four corners of the earth right here. We were scattered through cargo slave ships. Some of us walked over to Iraq, or walked over to Iran, to China. All those big things you see like the Great Wall of China, we built that. We built all that stuff. The stuff you see in Russia, we built all that stuff. All them castles, we did that. We were the Moors at the time.
Right.
Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth.
From one end, from the eastern hemisphere to where?
Even unto the other.
All the way to the western hemisphere. All the way to the Americas. Read.
And there.
And what?
And there.
Wherever those slave ships docked at, what happened?
Thou shalt serve other gods.
You will serve other gods. Where's Cesar Borgia at? Where he at right here? Pull him out real quick. He down there. You see this right here? This is what happened. We came here serving this God right here. This is what we was told. This is the other God that it's talking about. Read on. Read real quick, soldier.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Our forefathers, the prophets, the Israelites, we didn't know this image right here. This image didn't even exist. This is an abomination.
Right. Even wood and stone.
And he said even wood and stone. Think about it. What's the wood that is talking about? The cross. What's the other big religion our people are into? Islam. Islam is the stone. That's where they go and make a hajj and they bow down to the cobblestone. See this right here? All these different religions right here. Baptism started from what? A Caucasian, a man. Joseph Smith, he started Mormon. A 7-day Adventist is started by this female here. Charles Russell, he started Jehovah's Witness. Pentecostal was started by Charles Parham. Islam was started also by a white man right here. What's his name? I forget, something Ford is his name. Then you got Rastafarian. People start going off in all these different doctrines that got nothing to do with the Most High God, okay?
That's right.
That's confusion right there. God don't deal with that.
Wake them up.
That's where we at right now. Read on.
Verse 64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
There you're going to serve the white man. Read. Or Islam. Read.
Which neither nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. The cross or Mecca, the cobblestone.
Right.
People gonna walk around idolatry. Remember, you ain't supposed to bow down to no stone or nothing wood. No graven images. So now, go to any verse 48 real quick.
Read it.
45. 45, read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses,
All these bad things, right? Because if we don't keep his commandments, all these bad things, what?
shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
They're gonna follow you no matter what. Like you was in Haiti, right? You left Haiti and went to Florida, right? Them curses were still there. You left Florida and you come to North Carolina, the curses are still here. They will follow you wherever you go.
Right.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Until we be destroyed, right? Until we die or until Christ come back, whichever one. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
We didn't want to keep God's commandments, okay? That's why this happened to us. Just like your mom tell you, make up your bed, clean your room, do good in school. What? You do it, your mom, she gonna bless you. She gonna give you toys, she gonna let you go outside to play. You know, she gonna treat you right. But if you go contrary to what she say, what happens? You get punishment. You get time out. You get put on you got punishment, you got all these different type of chastising. Things get taken away. Your Nintendo, all that stuff, everything gone. Now you got to sit down in your room on punishment. You can't even talk on the phone to your friends. That's what God did right here. He put these curses. That's a punishment, a way of chastisement. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
Read.
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So these curses going to be upon you for a sign, right? So let's say you want to go to McDonald's. There, what was your name again? Gabrielle. Let's say you want to go to McDonald's. How would you identify McDonald's? I mean, what's on it though? How do you know if it's McDonald's? How do you know it's not Burger King? Huh? If you want to go to McDonald's, right? What are you looking for? The arts. That's a sign, right? To identify, to show you where McDonald's is. Same thing with Burger King. It got its own franchise sign. You want to go into this, what is it, Ecno? You got to go over to the Express Mart. All right, hey brother, look, contact this man on the number there. Where Abijah at? Abijah, come here. Where Abijah at? Tell Abijah come here for a minute. Speak Creole too, the brother over here. He gonna come over. He gonna talk to you. I'm dealing with you right now. Since you here for a reason. This is your calling. Read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So these curses are gonna be upon you for a sign to identify who you are in these last days, and for a wonder. Now you wonder why we get killed on the street. Think about it. Look at DC, Southeast DC, Northeast, Northwest DC, all that. Silver Spring, PG County, all that stuff is all jacked up. Think about that. But you go to the other community where the so-called white man them live at, you don't see none of that. You will never see none of that. Okay, you'll never see none of that. Read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
They're going to be upon your seed forever, okay? That's how you're going to know who you are, that you the Israelites.
That's
Read.
right. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
You didn't want to serve him with joyfulness. Read.
And with gladness of heart.
The heart is your mind, okay? According to Mark 7:21. You didn't want to do this with gladness of heart. What do we want to do? Read.
For the abundance of all things.
Because we wanted to do what the other nations wanted to do. We didn't want to serve God. We wanted to do what they was doing. We thought what they was doing was fun. That was evil, wicked. All we had to do was keep the commandments. We would have been ruling the earth right now. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Therefore, Sister Gabriella, you're going to serve your enemies, okay? Because you're here right now in the land of your oppressors.
Right.
You're here right now in the land of your oppressors, serving your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who sent your enemies against you, sister? Pay attention. Who sent the enemies against you? Shalom there, sisters. Y'all come on up here. Come on up here. We got some Bible history right now. We got so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American history going on right here. All this stuff, all the atrocities you see here on the sign, all this stuff happened to our people, okay? Happened to us as a nation. Read what you got.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not.
Verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Because we broke God's commandments. God said, you know what, you don't want to serve me? Guess what? You will serve your enemies, okay? In these last days. You're going to serve them. Like we go, who owned that store over there? In the store over there. Who? The Arab. Arab is not your people.
That's right.
Think about it. We're going to serve the Arab. You got to go to the Chinese restaurant. You got to go to McDonald's. We don't own McDonald's. Right. They got a thing on whatchamacallit, on Netflix, a show you how McDonald's started. Started with 3 Edomites, 3 white men. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Most High sent the enemies against us. Why? This is a curse. I know y'all, matter of fact, jump to verse 15 real quick. I know y'all just walking up. This is the first time you heard about us, the Israelites? Okay. So we're gonna bring you up to speed real quick. I don't want to teach over your head, but read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Hearken means listen, okay? If we don't listen to God, read.
To observe to do all his commandments.
Everything he says, just like at your parents' house. Your parents tell you to wash the dishes, take out the trash, clean your room, behave at school, get good grades, right? What? I mean, you behave, you listen to what your parents say, right? What happens when you do what you're supposed to do? What happens? I'm talking about if you do what you get rewarded for, right? That's a blessing. That's talked about in verse 1. Matter of fact, go to verse 1 real quick. I'm sorry. Go to verse 1. Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. What you just said, I'm going to show you. This is also said here in the Bible. Thus said the Lord.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken
If we listen,
diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
diligently means carefully. Read.
to observe to do all his commandments, and which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right, because remember, there's no equality on the earth, okay? Somebody is always a ruling class, right? You got a ruling class and you got serving class.
Right.
You know, you got a top class, middle class, and a bottom, right? We ain't in the middle, we in the bottom. But we live in the hoods, the ghettos, the projects, the slums all over America, even overseas. We see our people in them conditions. Read verse 15. Now you remember what has happened. If we do what we're supposed to do, we get blessings, okay? We'll be above all nations. Now we're gonna find out we don't listen to God. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So, sister, what is a curse? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing, right? So God said if we don't listen to what he say, we're gonna have bad things, evil things come upon us as a nation, okay?
That's right.
He told Moses, go tell them that. Go speak to them, let them know that what's gonna happen, what's gonna be for them in these last days. What's gonna happen to them if they don't keep my commandments. If they keep them, they're gonna be blessed. But if they don't keep them, they will be cursed.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask y'all, are we blessed as the people today right now? No. We look at the condition. We don't own our own country. None of that. Think about that. We ain't got nobody look like us and as a government and all that stuff. We don't. All that stuff is governed by the so-called white man, the same slave master. Okay?
Right.
All right. So read verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So cursed shall we be in the city. We here in Clinton, North Carolina. Y'all from here? We here in Clinton, right? So if I want to go to the black side of town, where I'm over here on the black side of town, right? Is it like this on the white side of town? No, right? So also here on the black side of town, who else lives over here amongst us? Hispanics, right? You got a lot of Mexicans over here, Puerto Ricans. Those are your brothers and sisters. We the same people. That's something that a lot of us don't know. The Native Americans, the Hispanics, we're the same people.
That's right.
We're the Israelites. We make up the 12 tribes.
Right.
So we in the poorest conditions. Think about it now. Now when you go on the other side of town, they look down on us.
Right.
And they play us against each other.
Right.
So we look at each other because some of us look a little different. But really we the same people. We got the same blood lineage as Jacob. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So cursed shall we be in the city, right? We here in the city of Clinton, North Carolina. Myself, I'm from Spring Lake, North Carolina. Y'all heard Spring Lake? I'm from there. It's the same thing. That's right outside Fayetteville. You go to Fayetteville, same thing. Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte. You're gonna see the same thing throughout this whole state.
Right.
And look, the whole United States, it's the same thing. You go to Chicago, who killing each other? The gang. What gangs you see? Black, Hispanic, Native American gangs.
Right.
All right, so that's how we cursed in the city, right? And cursed shall we be where?
Cursed shalt thou be in the
So
field.
during slavery, who picked all the tobacco down here in North Carolina? Black people did, right? So we pick all the tobacco here. Who picked all the cotton down there in Mississippi? Black people, right? Who picked all the sugar cane down there in Haiti and Jamaica and all that? Black people. Who picked the sugar cane in Puerto Rico? The Puerto Ricans did, right? The so-called Puerto Ricans, right? Who picked the sugar cane in Cuba, down there in, what's the other country? Mexico, South and Central America, all those places.
Right.
We picked, hey, that was us. That was with the slaves.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. They went in slavery first,
Right.
until 1492, right? Then they came and got the Southern Kingdom from the west coast of Africa, but we're not African. So read.
Verse 17.
No, not 17, no, 32.
32. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people.
So he said our sons and daughters will be given to another people. Did this not happen to our people? When our sons and daughters sold off in slavery? When they give it to another race of people? Right. The same thing happened to everybody you see on this sign. I just want you to look real quick. The on your left side of the sign, this is what God calls you. That's your God-given name.
That's right.
On the right side, this is what the white man changed your name to. Okay? And they have evil meanings behind those names. Okay? But the God-given name got blessing, got good, beautiful meanings to the name.
We used to scream Black Power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.